This is the Bush Whisperer coming at you from the most beautiful penguin sanctuary, Cape Agulhas, southern tip of Africa, Boulders Beach. Getting along with people. This is a big one. Are you getting along with people? I used to like the saying, it takes all kinds to make a world. For the world is diversity, and unity is how diversity is expressed in the continuity of existence. And there's something in this. It does truly take all kinds to make a world, and it takes all colors to make a palette for the spectrum of being, if you want to look at the metaphor of color. It takes all kinds of sounds to make an octave for the palette of music to exist. And you can't just willy-nilly create a chord. Not all sounds are going to fit together that well, and that's just how this is. Not all colors are going to fit together that well. You wouldn't wear a dark green with a, I don't know, bright purple. It just wouldn't necessarily fit. And so there is this resonance that needs to be considered. But within the sphere of resonance, there's going to be attraction and repulsion. This is going to be a part of life. So how can we get along with people? Not everybody's going to be on our wavelength. Not everybody's going to be in the same field of awareness, with the same aspirations, with the same will, with the same desires or wishes, with the same ideas or beliefs or thoughts. And it's fundamentally important to be able to coexist in this world. So acceptance becomes the first important point to focus on. To be able to grasp it and to be able to bring it into one's sphere of consciousness. Acceptance is the key. The second thing to be able to consider is that acceptance needs to move towards other people, and it needs to move towards ourselves too. We need to accept other people for what they are and accept the fact that we just don't get on with everybody. And so we need to choose who we bring close to us. We don't have to be friends with everybody. We just have to show respect to everybody. And so respect becomes the mode of activity. To behave within a sphere of respect, to choose those that we resonate with, to be close to us, and to respectfully keep those that aren't in resonance with us at what is the appropriate distance, so that we don't become upset, or don't become disturbed in such a way that we behave in incongruent ways. And by introducing the wrong person for your energy field into your space, you can create problems within yourself. Problems that create issues emotionally. Problems that produce a state of consciousness that's not healthy. Sorry, I had to ask my son to stop bumping me because he keeps bumping me. He keeps moving next to me and I ask him not to. Please don't do that, Josh. Get a bit of distance between you and me, please. You can touch me if you're not moving. So you move my camera. I've explained it to him a lot, but he's 6 years old. He doesn't always get it. So it's important to be able to have proper lines of distinction and to be able to draw boundaries. Boundaries are fundamental. They're very, very important. Without boundaries, we can't really focus. We can't really create the kind of state of consciousness that we require. We can't really be in a state of harmony because the necessary boundaries that we produce are internal boundaries. And these boundaries are sort of like the boundaries between sounds, the boundaries between colors, the boundaries between forms. And if you want to draw, you need boundaries in order to draw a beautiful picture. You need boundaries of rules in order to be able to write a song. And if we want life to become a song or a painting, to express the harmonies of beauty of being that can be seen in the reflections of art around us, it's fundamentally important for us to be able to have the correct boundaries. The boundaries that do not separate us, but draw distinction. And there's a very important difference. You don't want to be enclosed in a capsule, but you do want to know what is the right energy for your sphere, and you've got to be true to yourself. That's the other important factor. Not to allow yourself to be moved by the whims of other people. Do what you feel. If there are people that keep wanting you to do what they want you to do, and it makes you end up not feeling positive, then you've got to look at that. You've got to be objective about this. You've got to be realistic about this. You've got to acknowledge that you can't please everybody else. And you've got to find what it is that you want, what drives your heart. And in finding what it is that you want, you've got to be selfless about that too. So it's not as simple as just doing what you want or what you feel. It's about tuning into what you feel and what's for the greater good. What's for the greater higher good, shall we say. What's going to bring the best harmony into the sphere between you and others. What's going to be healthy for you and healthy for those around you. And so getting on with people is really a simple matter when you are true to yourself. And you'll find that clashes, issues arise between people when they don't draw the correct boundaries to start with. And if you draw the correct boundaries, then you will not feel yourself being put into a position where you need to resent someone. If you're resenting someone, it's because there aren't the efficient or correct boundaries in place. For boundaries are created in order to prevent this resentment. Resentment is not a healthy force, not a healthy state of mind. So try and live a resentful-free life by being absolutely true to yourself, accepting other people as they are, accepting your own limitations as you accept the limitations of others, drawing distinctions where you need to draw distinctions, and maintaining boundaries where you require boundaries in order to maintain your inner harmony, so that that inner harmony can be reflected towards other people to produce a profound harmony between people. And you will notice when you start to get these different aspects in synergy and in balance and in harmony, that things will get easier. You will find it much more enjoyable to be connecting with people that you don't really resonate with, because you'll understand how close to allow them to your sphere of consciousness. And to be able to understand that not all people can be the same level of closeness is okay. It's very important, though, to apply the correct emotions to the situation. Just because you're drawing boundaries doesn't mean you should withhold love or withhold compassion or withhold the positive field of emotion towards other people. And this is what happens when we don't have the correct boundaries. We start to withhold the emotions. We start to project negative and destructive feelings, and our passions become unruly towards others. And if you find this is happening with anybody, it just means you need to look at your relationship very closely. And sometimes it's good to draw a spider diagram on a piece of paper and objectively view what is happening on the emotional plane between yourself and that person. Which passions are involved? Which negative emotions are creating the disturbance? And draw lines around those negative emotions by choosing the boundaries that are going to be most productive. And in this way, you'll be able to get along with just about everybody. Even those that are antithetical to us, we'll be able to get along with them. Because they won't get close enough to us to harm us. But they'll be close enough to us for us to appreciate the beauty within them. For all beings and all people have beauty. All beings and all people have something to share. And you might actually find that you learn something from those connections with people that are antithetical to us. They can become a great agent of enlightenment if we do not resent them or what they bring to us in terms of the experience. This is the Bush Whisperer, shivering away in the cold, bringing what I hope is some fundamental and simple childlike wisdom that can hopefully help you to produce a more wholesome, happy, and harmonious life. Have an absolutely gorgeous day, an amazing week. And don't forget to smile. Om Shanti. Share this, like this, hit the subscribe if you like the content. There'll be much more coming every day. And I also have some music in my Gentle Tear folder. It's all channeled music. It's raw, it's unrefined, it's just, each track is played once. It's just what it is. It's a message. Have an absolutely gorgeous day. Be well. Bye-bye.